Hi, this is Christine. It is September 6, 2014. It's in the evening, afternoon/evening. And I want to share with you, this is a dream that I had years ago, but it made such an impact on me it never left. And I did share this dream with Anna in an email once. This was months ago, maybe even years ago, when we were talking about this subject on her videos. She's the only one I shared it with, and I wrote, like I said, it in a private message email to her. But I'm going to share this with everyone else. I don't know if maybe it'll help somebody. When I first got saved/converted, I had prayed to the Lord about something, and I got this dream. I'm gonna try to draw it for you. It's hard doing this when you're trying to look at yourself in the camera. Okay, I'm going to put these double spaced so that you can sort of see. Okay, pretend you're here, and I'm going to make a bigger circle. This is your angel. You're a newborn Christian, or you could be just somebody who is searching. My dream was that I was a person with small wings, a baby angel, I guess you could call it. I was a human being, like an adult-sized human being, but I had small wings, and because of that, my wings had to flap like 1,000,000 miles a minute, hypothetically, just to get me like 1 or 2 inches up the stairs. Okay, pretend you're in a white area, and this is staircase. So these are steps, and then this is a level, like a ground floor, like a hotel room, floor number 1. Okay, then you have steps going up here again, and you get to floor number 2. Maybe I should write that down. Floor 3, floor 4, floor 5, and it keeps going up. Okay, it goes all the way up to the sky. It never ends. And then there's clouds up here. Okay, so it continues on into the clouds. But because we're beginning our walk with the Lord, we're down here because we have to start our staircase somewhere. So I have these tiny wings, and there is a white angel. He is large. And then you have up here black angels who are medium. Okay, so I'm going to say medium size, and this is large, maybe even extra large. And these are angels. This is my white angel. He was dressed in all white, and he was dressed in all black. My white angel was sort of my guardian angel too. He had huge wings, big wings, and he was dressed in all white. I was dressed in regular clothes, and I had baby white wings. With him, he could flap his wings one time and shoot up all the way, I mean, you know, I just went really fast with my ink pen, and he could, like, just with one flap, zoom all the way up into outer space. I mean, he was powerful. But he didn't do that. He decided to stay with me and to climb these steps at my pace. So he looked at me and said, "Christine, are you ready?" And I said, "Yes." So he and I, we laid down face first, like our belly down to the steps, facing the steps. It was almost like I was falling forward, like when you're falling forward and you expect somebody to catch you. And if they don't, you're going to land on these steps. So, you know, it's going to hurt if you fall face first on these steps. But that's what I did. I fell forward onto the staircase. It was kind of a faith and a trust thing. And as I was laying down, he was laying down with me. But when I got close to the stairs, I hovered above it, like 2-3 inches. I was close to the steps, but I did not land on the steps. I just hovered above it. And my wings behind me were flapping, like I said, the 1,000,000 miles a minute. You know, I mean, they were just flapping really, really fast and really, really hard and just trying their best. And all I was making, it was like 1 and 2 and 3 inch increments. They were flapping like crazy, and I was only getting up the stairs, and there were like maybe 6 steps, and then the 7th step was this floor. So my wings were flapping and flapping, and I was just going up and up and up and up and up really slowly. My wings were going and going and going, and my guardian angel, my white angel, stayed with me. When we got close to this level, these black angels, they normally stood here, but when they saw that I was coming up to this floor, they would come over here and stand here in the middle, trying to block the entrance, trying to get me to, like, intimidate me so that I wouldn't make it up to this level. But my angel stayed with me, and when they saw that they couldn't intimidate me and that I was going to keep flying and I made it to this level, then they would go back to their original position, which was right here. So my angel and I, we would go up here, and he stayed with me the whole time as I was flying inch by inch, because I was a slow turtle at this time, but my wings were going really fast, just trying to hold me above, you know, like to hover me above the stairs. When we got to this floor, I automatically stood up. You know, it's like you're hovering, and then from hovering you just stand up, and then you come back down and your feet land on the floor. And my angel did that with me. So he and I, we took a break, and we just stood there for a while to kind of catch our breath. And then after a while he said, "Are you ready?" He looked at me and he said, "Are you ready?" And I said, "Yes." And I did it all over again. I fell face forward on the stairs. My wings started flapping really, really fast, and I was moving at 1 inch increments up these next 6 flights. I would get close to floor number 2, and these black angels that were normally standing right here would move in to try to intimidate me and get me to not go to this level. But when they saw again that I was persistent and I was going to keep going, then they went back to their original position, and this space was open. And I got to the floor, I floated up into the air, and then came down and landed on my feet. And then my angel and I, we stood there again, took another breather, rested and relaxed, and then he said, "Are you ready?" And I said, "Yes." And we did that again, and we kept ascending up these floors, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and each time there were dark angels trying to intimidate me and get me to not go any further. Well, what occurred to me is these floors are spiritual information that you want to learn. Okay, you don't want to get stuck on floor number 1 and never climb up to floor number 2. or be content at floor number 2 in your belief system and never try to strive to make it up to floor number 3, and so on, because this goes on into the clouds. Who knows how long this staircase is, but it's huge, and you just got to keep climbing it. There's always new spiritual information coming out. The Lord, you're ever learning. Scripture talks about do not be ever learning and never coming to the knowledge of the truth. You're not supposed to be a constant student and never learn anything. You're supposed to be a student and learn it and apply it. But if you're not even studying or wanting to move up to the next level, you're content to be a beginning Christian, or maybe you've moved up and you were searching for something else from the Lord, and then you accepted that, and you maybe even moved up to floor number 3. Whatever it is, new light that the Lord gives you, that God gives you, you want to keep progressing, keep moving up these floors, keep learning, keep applying it. When my angel and I, when we rested here, that resting was a settling in of the new information. Because I learned new spiritual information on this floor, and it was like standing there and letting the food digest and settle inside of me. That's why we were standing there taking a breather, because I had to let the new information settle and digest, and for me to comprehend it and understand it and apply it into my life. And then he said, "Are you ready?" And I said, "Yes," because I had accepted the information, and I was good. I understood it. And then I laid back down, and by faith I went up. Notice by the word, I just said the word faith. By faith you fly up to the next level, and then you learn new information. These floors in my dream had people on them on both sides, and you know what they were doing? They were partying and having a good old time and drinking and dancing and having fancy dinners and rich, they weren't looking for God. They were having a good old time, in their party lifestyle. They were content. They were not searching or striving. And these dark angels were placed there on purpose to keep these people in that room, in their contentment. They were there to blockade and keep the people in there so that they wouldn't come out to the staircase and try to go up to floor number 2, or try to go up to floor number 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 or 7. So you've got dark angels that will try to keep you at the level you are at spiritually, but you have to get past them, just like I got past them. When they saw that they could not intimidate me, they moved away, but they stood there up until the end. But I wouldn't let them intimidate me, and when they realized, okay, it's not working with her, they moved away, they cleared the path for me, and then I got up here and I learned my new information. And then these guys showed up, the two black angels, medium angels, the dark angels, who were keeping these people in their contentment and partying, which is whatever spiritual level you're at. If you're in church because it's a social function and you like having your parties, this is what I'm talking about. You're content in there. You're not out searching for the Lord, digging in the yard, in the dirt for his pearls of wisdom and truth. You have to come out. You have to walk past the dark angels, and do not let them intimidate you or keep you from learning new truth. And then by faith you just go up to the next floor. You learn the new information, which is when you take the breather and you absorb it and digest it and understand it, think upon it, meditate upon it. And then when you get a grip of it and you understand it, then you move on to the next level, and you keep doing that throughout your whole entire life. Okay, this is a never-ending process. You never get to the top. God has so much information, which is wonderful, because I personally don't like things to end. I'm a Curious George type person. That cartoon Curious George, the monkey and the man with the big yellow hat. I loved that Curious George when I was little, you know, and that's what I am, a curious George. I love to learn things, so I'm thankful that this staircase never ends, that we're going to constantly be learning from the Lord. So I just want to share that with you. And then later on, this is years later, you know, when Anna was on the scene, and she was talking about how we had earned our wings, you know, because we were studying all the videos. And anyway, I had a dream that night when she was talking about that, and I even sent her an email about it. But I saw myself in the parking lot outside of my home where I live at, and I had my big white wings. I was a full-grown angel, and just like this angel, who was once my guardian angel, and I had baby wings and was only making like 1-inch increments at a time, distance-wise, I was now this guy. I had the white garment, I had the white wings. I did one swish of my wings and I took off into the sky. I went through my neighborhood. I know this is going to sound crazy. I went through my neighborhood that night. I went across the Atlantic. I went over to England. I went up to Norway, back across the Atlantic. I just went flying that night in my dreams. I had gained my adult white wings. So, and I'm still learning, guys. Yeah, we never really arrive. And to tell you the truth, I don't think I'd want to arrive, you know, well, I don't know if I'd want to. I want to do whatever the Lord wants me to do. But I personally love the idea of constantly learning, you know, and God has so much information. I mean, He's a wealth of information. He's a wonderful library. And just the fact that we're going to constantly be learning, you guys, do not allow yourself to get stuck on these levels down here in churchianity and doctrines and partying and socializing. Make sure that you are with the Lord, with God, for the right reasons, because it's from your heart and not because it's some huge social club that you enjoy having social functions and parties with, you know. I mean, there's a place for that, but you should be with the Lord. Sorry, I don't like to, you should sounds like I'm telling you what to do, and I don't want to do that. A person's heart, you want to be with God because you love Him, because it has to do with the heart, not because you know, he's a great party host or something like that. Just search your hearts, okay? And please do not get stuck on these lower levels. You want to keep progressing, keep moving up, okay? Keep learning new light, new information. God will reveal it. Take it in, digest it, understand it, think upon it, meditate upon it. When you understand it, lay down and by faith travel up to the next level and learn new light and new information. Remember that you have a guardian angel next to you. And eventually your baby wings are going to turn into full-grown wings, and then you are going to be this white big angel with the extra large wings that in one swoop you can shoot up into the heavens and into outer space, just like he did. Okay, so I hope that brings some encouragement to somebody. I just pray you guys don't get stuck on levels. Okay, do not learn only so much from the Lord or from churchianity or whatever, and then decide this is it, I've made it, and I'm going to stay right there and not learn anything else. Because there is a whole staircase that goes up into the clouds, into the heavens, the stairway of heaven. Climb it, you guys. It's an adventure. Okay, thank you. And you won't be sorry you did. God bless. Have a great day, and take care. Okay, bye-bye.